Hello, brothers and sisters. Today is September 8th, 2019. So, I've shared a few times now how on September 3rd, I heard the word supersonic in my spirit. And also how a few days later, on September 5th, an article came out about President Putin offering to sell Trump hypersonic weapons. Well, now I just found out that on this past Wednesday, the 4th, and Friday, the 6th, that 2 launches occurred off the coast of Southern California by the U.S. Navy. So I'm just going to read you this article. U.S. launches 4 missiles as it rejects Russia's offer to sell advanced weapons. The U.S. military has tested 4 nuclear-capable missiles in the past 3 days, just as Russian President Vladimir Putin revealed he had offered to sell advanced weapons to his counterpart in Washington. In a press release, the U.S. Navy said Friday it conducted 4 scheduled missile test flights of the Trident II submarine-launched ballistic missiles using Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines, USS Nebraska, off the coast of San Diego, California. 2 launches occurred Wednesday and 2 more on Friday, but they were not conducted in response to any ongoing world events, according to the statement. The news came a day after Putin told a plenary session of the Eastern Economic Forum that he had informed President Donald Trump back in June that he could buy some of Moscow's upcoming state-of-the-art weapons, including nuclear-capable and hypersonic missiles, in order to balance everything out between the military competitors. The Russian leader then said U.S. officials have indicated they will soon produce it themselves, a position reportedly expressed Friday by a senior U.S. official. There was little reason for the United States to consider the purchase of advanced missile technology from Russia. The United States has a major comparative advantage over Russia in the safe development, testing, and employment of missile technology. The state-run Russian news agency cited the unnamed Trump administration official as saying, "The Trident comprises the seaborne component and about 70% altogether of the U.S. nuclear triad, which also includes land and air capabilities." About a year after taking office in early 2017, Trump unveiled in February of last year a new nuclear posture review that included plans to develop lower-yield W-76 nuclear warheads for Trident missiles, raising concerns that such modifications could make nuclear conflict more likely. Putin and his top officials have repeatedly raised the issue with the Trump administration, which has accused Moscow of already researching such low-yield weapons, but both leaders appear determined to modernize their arsenals in one way or another. A month after Trump's nuclear report, Putin announced the development of new high-tech weapons, said capable of defeating all modern and even prospective defense systems. These included the RS-28 Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile, the Avangard hypersonic glide vehicle, the KH-47M2 Kinzhal air-launched hypersonic missile, the 9M730 Burevestnik nuclear-powered cruise, and the Poseidon nuclear-powered underwater torpedo drone. Earlier this year, Putin also revealed ongoing tests of a Russian hypersonic submarine-launched cruise missile, the 3M22 Zircon. Putin argued such measures were necessary in response to an arms race, sparked by the U.S. abandonment of the 1972 anti-ballistic missile treaty back in 2002, and buildup of high-tech, once-banned defense systems in Eastern Europe. Trump has vowed to expand his country's anti-missile infrastructure and pulled out last month of yet another Cold War-era arms control deal, the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, restricting ground-based missiles ranging from 310 to 3,420 miles. The U.S. had argued Russia violated the agreement through its development of a cruise missile called the Novator 9M729, but Moscow officials argued Their Pentagon counterparts were already breaking the rules by installing the same launchers used for offensive weapons in their defense systems in Romania and Poland. Both sides denied the respective claims against them, and weeks after the U.S. left the deal, it fired a cruise missile traveling over 310 miles from what Newsweek confirmed was the same launcher, though Pentagon said it was in a different configuration. Putin maintained on Thursday that he would abide by a self-imposed moratorium against deploying such mid-range weapons, but only as long as Trump did not do so first. The Russian leader also indicated that he had already ordered the development of such systems in response to last month's U.S. test. While much of the current missile tensions have focused on the border between Russia and nations aligned to the U.S.-led NATO Western Military Alliance, Moscow has already reacted with alarm to statements by Defense Secretary Mark Esper, suggesting he was considering deploying ground-based medium-range missiles in Asia. Speaking alongside Putin, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said Thursday he had received no such proposal from the U.S., and a 5-year defense plan released last month by South Korea did not include plans for the platform. And the missiles that they just tested were the D5, and it says the D5 is crucial to making deterrence credible, because unlike the land-based missiles and manned bombers in America's nuclear triad, it is deployed on submarines beneath the seas. The 14 submarines and 200 and 280 D5 missiles comprising the sea-based deterrent can't be tracked or targeted when they are operating, and thus there is no way an attacker could escape horrible retribution. It is the certainty of unacceptable retaliation that is America's main insurance against nuclear war. And I've shared in the past a dream that I had a long time ago. I just saw like the inside of a car, like where the odometer is, and in the color of fluorescent green light, I saw S14. And it's just something that's always in the back of my mind, like what does that mean? So I don't know, maybe it has to do with these 14 submarines. I don't know. Just found that interesting as well. So I just really believe that the Lord is giving us a big heads up about all of this, and that he's telling us to keep our eyes on this. So I just wanted to share this with you all. Let's just keep our eyes and our hearts on Jesus, no matter what we see going on around us, because Jesus is coming just in time. This world's getting crazier by the day, but we know that God is with us. I love you all, brothers and sisters. Hold fast.